Alright, so welcome back to another episode of Atlanta to the World. It's your host, King, aka King the Wiseman. Introduce my panel. Go ahead, state your name, where you from.
I'm from Atlanta.
I'm Taylor, I'm also from Atlanta.
I'm Dante, I'm from Georgia Southern.
And I'm Shay, I'm from Atlanta.
Alright, so topic of the day, kind of told everybody, but they didn't really give a good, pretty much a good explanation too much. But before all that, let's do a weekly checkup. How's everybody week been going? How's everything with just life, anything? Trying to go to work. I can feel that 100.
Yeah, just ready for break to start.
It was pretty well. It was pretty good. I took my last exam before finals today. I felt pretty confident about it. Now I just got some projects I got ironed out, so I'm chilling.
I feel that. Kiyoshi?
Same what everybody said, basically, ready for the break. And tired of working and having, doing good.
Alright, so my first question will also with introducing the topic. How do y'all guys feel about the statement, money can't buy happiness? Let me start off with the ladies. Taylor?
I don't think money can buy happiness per se. I think money can buy things that make you happy. But just a blank statement, like if you have money, you're gonna have happiness. That's not true.
I agree with what she said. Money can buy things that make you happy, but it definitely can't make you happy. I mean, unless you just, that type of person where money is everything you need.
Kyle?
I agree with they said same thing. Like, you can buy things that you'll appreciate and that money is worth. But at the end of the day, it's like that worth will go somewhere someday. And sometimes worth doesn't always stay the same. So at the end of the day, when you buy things, you gotta look at it more towards like, does it benefit my life? Or is it gonna make me happy longer in the long term rather than in the short term? I think.
What you got to?
I disagree. I think money buys happiness, like especially in the situation I'm in. Like any dollar counts. And I know from my career fair, like a big reason why I chose it was for the money.
Alright. Dang. I feel it. Okay, so now let me ask y'all this question, and then we're gonna really get into it. So, do you feel as though right now finding a good source of happiness is more important than finding a good source of income?
Definitely. Because it's like if you're making money but you're not happy, then where are you going? What is the money worth? Like, so I don't know how to do it on that. Like, if you're unhappy, like, what are you doing? What you're doing it for? I'd rather spend my time doing something I'm happy doing and making a decent amount of money rather than working hard and not getting anything, no happiness, nothing else out of it but money.
I feel like they're equally important because you're gonna need money to get through your day. Like that's just life. But being happy at the end of the day, that's really what's most important. Well, it may be most important to me. I don't know about everybody else, but I feel like it's equally important.
Hey, what you feeling about that?
I feel like my first 5 years, like I don't care what type of work environment I'm getting in. I don't feel like the first couple of years of my career that I'm in, like, I don't care if I'm happy. Like I'm trying to stack my bread so that when I retire, I ain't happy. Well, I'm not trying to have 5 years of work. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm not really worried about like happiness right now because I know eventually like God can take care of me at the end of the day. So like the money aspect, I'm gonna try to work with my artists. Like I work so hard to get a good career that pays well, and not every job environment is the best. That's not what I'm saying. But you just gotta grind it out. If you're not happy at your job, but you're getting 30 an hour, suck it up.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, going on into it, I heard, both sides. I was asking around for a lot of people, but for me personally, I just feel as though like when it comes to just happiness. I don't necessarily want to say that I need money to be happy, but it's just like the assets that you're given when it comes to it. Like, of course, everybody, like when you get a high school basketball player and he says, "Oh, I'm on my house," stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that like stuff like that brings into someone's happiness.
Like the comfortability.
Yeah, like it makes them comfortable. But it's just like, do you feel as though everybody with that money is always happy?
No, because money can bring, bad sides out of
Yeah.
people. I'm sure we've all seen bits and pieces of it. But we live in a world where you need money. Money makes the world go round, You can't, personally, I can't go a day without spending money. That's just me. Literally, like, we gotta go get gas. As soon as we leave, it's just like you need money.
Gas going up.
No, for real.
It's like $20 every other 2 days.
Man.
Facts.
Alright. I don't know. Go ahead. What you got?
I was just gonna expand on that.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Tank used to fill up at $20.
And now it just don't last
It
at all.
$20 get you the Parkers and back.
Like back in high school, $20 used to like last the whole week. Going to school and doing extra stuff. Like,
What? Buying snacks during class?
now I can't even go to work and go around Statesboro real quick
Man.
without having to fill up tomorrow.
I ain't gonna lie, I feel bad for the people with premium. That's almost $4. Alright, so let me ask everyone this question. Would you rather work a high paying job that you absolutely hate, but you making, that bread? Or would you rather work your dream job, not even your job, your dream career, but you making, I'm not saying you making less, you making the absolute amount to pay for all necessities, like all your necessities, like bills, car note, insurance, all that, you make enough for that, and you got probably, let's say, minimal spending money like left over. Like, let's say after everything taken care of, you got probably about, let's say 1,000.
Like you live in check by check.
Yeah, let's say check by check.
Okay.
Let's say check by check. Like everything, as soon as you get paid, everything paid for.
Well, shit. I mean, I'm gonna take the second one. I gotta be happy. I don't know. I gotta be happy. Like, that's most important to me. If it's not important to nobody else, my happiness is what's important to me. So I feel like I'm gonna go with the second one.
Anybody else?
I think I can't live check by check, especially like if I work so hard to get my degree. Like even if it's my dream career has nothing to do with my degree, of course. Like I want bread, man. Like just like she was saying, money makes it go around, work go around. So it's like if I'm making $30 an hour and it's not the best environment, like, I'm sucking it up, man. Like even if I gotta work for like 2-3 years, man, I quit my job, maybe find a better job, something like that. All I know is like if I don't have bread, yeah.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. But what about you, Taylor?
Oh no. I see both sides. Personally, like Auntie was saying, if it's, you gotta make money, you gotta get it done. You're just gonna be sick when you leave. You're sick when you go. You can chillax, do what you want to do at home. But if it's making you like so uncomfortable to go to work and you hate dreading going to the point where you call up just to have like a free day to get your mind together, I don't want that for myself. Personally, that's just me. Like if I have to go through all that just to go through 3 hours of work or something like that, I don't want that. I'd rather live tech to tech, even though I hate that. But if that line of work is what I aspire to do in life, then I'm gonna find happiness in that.
What?
I'd rather live check to check, honestly, because I just don't see the point of going to work and you don't like it. It's like, what are you working for? Because working, personally, is supposed to be something like you like, and it's supposed to bring something to somebody else. So it's like you go into work and you don't like it, and you're going in with a negative attitude. You're not positively impacting your experience or the other person that you're affecting when you go to work. So working in a place where you are comfortable but not financially comfortable is doable, I'd say, and I'd rather do that.
So let me throw this out here and see any interest change. So, all right, let's say you got your, all right, so let's go over the dream career one first. So let's say you got your dream career, you live in check by check. What if there's ways for you to make money outside of just your job, at your career? Like,
Definitely.
like you
Yeah.
got
Most definitely.
side hustle on the side. Like,
That's what I was thinking when you first said that, but
Yeah,
I want
me
to stay on the
too.
track and just be like, yeah.
all
I'm
right.
gonna be on the side anyway, but you know.
Yeah.
Let's say with the high paying job that you hate, and let's say within, like, all right, let's say hypothetically, Dante was saying like 5 to 6 years from now, you can take a good little break. Like you making, it's a high paying job, let's say probably about, let's say just say 6 figures. You making about 6 figures, and then within the next 5 to 6 years, you won't spend nothing. You won't spend nothing but necessities. In about 5 to 6 years, you could be sitting at like a good, let's just say 500,000 in the savings, or close to that. Like, would you go through that struggle 5 to 6 years of just doing something that you absolutely hate?
It depends on how bad the conditions are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
what's
if it's
the
somebody
name?
like, if it's a bad boss, then maybe. You get what I'm saying? Because that person may leave during that 5 years, you know? But if it's just the work itself,
Like
I
the
might
work
just,
itself.
I
Like-
might just have to
Like,
take
let's
that.
say you a goddamn,
You mean like the specific job?
like specific job you say,
Like you go to work every day and what you're doing, you just can't do it.
yeah, like you go in like, all right, let's say this. You know, would you go back to fast food if anybody work fast food?
I mean, they paying me 40.
Anybody went fast food? Before? Like, would you go back?
Depending
to
on
fast
the
food?
pay, yeah.
Yeah,
if it's worth
depending
it.
on the
Let me
pay.
real.
Not for no
If it's
minimum
like,
wage.
If it's 20, I'll do it.
You definitely, if it's
I'd be
20,
exactly there a day if it's
Literally.
20, boy. Catch me exactly.
But I think it's like worse jobs than fast food though.
Yeah, if
I
I'm
mean,
like,
it's definitely.
Especially
I'm
when-
like a sewer worker.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I feel like after a while, you get used to like you'd be just emotionally like.
But it's like you take, all right, so let's go, garbage man, sewage worker. Like, matter of fact, what's the things that be outside in the carnivals? The porta potty. Let's say you're a porta potty manager, cleaning.
Oh.
how much I'm making?
6 figures a year. 6 figures.
Oh,
Okay, but-
clean all the porta potties.
Yeah, I might just have to. It depends, bro.
Like you just,
Because
like
if you
come
just
home-
cleaning like one every like stop or something.
This is a real subjective conversation, like, cause a lot of, you'll do anything for, well, I ain't gonna say anything,
Yeah.
but a lot of people do a lot of things for a lot of money.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not a lot of things you can tell a person to like, do this and they won't do it.
Yeah, I feel like in this specific conversation, you have to put labels on everything. Like
Yeah, like people, the work,
Yeah.
everything like
Alright.
what type of work, how much work, the guidelines, like any specifics in it.
all right. So, see about this. What are some things that you guys feel as though are worth sacrificing to go chase that bag, though? Like, for those, like I said, you got 5 to 6 years of just straight grinding.
So you're sacrificing time.
Like, what are some things that you would say that you'll sacrifice? Like, that's worth sacrificing. Like, I say, like, you have times with children. Like, let's say you have kids, and let's just say hypothetically you got kids, and for that whole 5 6 years, you know for a fact it's gonna take up your time from that. Is that something that you would say is worth sacrificing? Or if you got, if you want to go be with your family, like they say, hey, we got this job across the country.
I mean, well, that's true today. You know, just people who are in the military, they got to do that anyway. So, looking at it that way, I mean, I probably would if I'm like, you know, in 5 years, I will be able to have this amount of money, be able to provide. You know what I'm saying? Because in that situation, it's like you got to look at what's best for your family if you do have kids. You know, so I'm sorry to cut you off.
I know you straight. You can go ahead. But all right, so in terms of just family wise, what if you have a high paying job, but let's say your family don't agree with it?
It's not happening. At least in my opinion, it's not. Yeah. If my family not with me 100%, we're not rocking with it.
Can I get an example?
An example? Alright. Let's say in this instance, I don't want to throw that obvious one out there.
I know you trying to.
Yeah,
but don't throw that one out there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I ain't gonna throw that in. I ain't gonna throw that one out there. So, alright, let's say it's a corporal job and let's say they're slaving. Like, and your family just, I don't think that's a good job. I don't think that's good. I don't like it. And they just so against it because let's say your boss is terrible. Let's say, matter of fact, let's say it's for a company that we know doesn't like do good behind it or doesn't have a good reputation behind their name. Would you still take that?
I would take what they say into consideration, but at the end of the day, I would still make my own decision.
Yeah, it's still my decision because you don't got to go to work, so it's like.
Right.
If it's not like anything
I could like
life
it.
threatening, like anything, like if you go to work today, you might not come back type thing, then I'd probably take it. Or if it's like not endangering my family, but if it's making them like, start resenting me because I'm doing this job, then I'm of course gonna stop the job because I don't want my family to look at me like that. But if this is how I'm bringing money into the family, something's gonna have to be sacrificed,
Mm-hmm. So now I got one question that doesn't involve jobs, but does involve money. So would you fall out, let's say, would you fall out with all your friends, have your family resent you, but win the lottery and you be set for life? I'm talking about you set, you don't gotta go to work for the rest of
You already know this.
A lot of people gonna hate me for this.
Like you don't gotta go to work no more. You set for life, like your entire life you're set.
This
like,
is real.
Matter of fact, what was the Georgia what was the lottery like a couple years ago when they split between Shawty who won it here?
You talking about that record breaking one?
Bruh, it was
like 3 people.
Like alright, and dude lost his ticket. I ain't gonna lie.
It was like
that was so
it was like 2.2 bills.
Yeah.
Like alright, so let's say 500 mil on the board right there. That's half a bill. Yeah, 500 mil. You hit that. You got that winning ticket in your hand.
Every relationship you ever had with
like all your friends, gone.
All of them.
Gone.
And your family.
Your family, your family ain't gone, but
they hate you.
They resent you for it. Like not resent you for it, but they start to show like resentment towards you.
Yeah, like they shame you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or would you keep your friends, have a great relationship with your family, but
give me the bag.
Only be making, you can't make over 80,000 your whole life.
Give me the bag.
Your whole life. The max you can make is 80,000.
Give me the bag,
Go.
bro. Give me the bag. You can always make new friends. I hate to say it that way, but you can always
But
make
they're not
new
gonna be
friends.
real friends though.
But you don't know.
And you
that.
never gonna know if they're real friends either.
But you don't know if your real friends now are real friends.
Yes, you do.
$100K?
Because your friends
Nah,
are friends
80K.
without money.
80K, like, for the rest of your life, you cannot.
There are fake people, but money makes people even more fake than you can even imagine
That is
without
true.
money.
And it's crazy. Johnny Depp, I seen an interview with Johnny Depp the other day, and he was just like, money doesn't make people like, what did he say? It was something. Money doesn't change people, it shows their true colors.
Yeah.
And when I heard that, I was just like, that kind of, like, money, I won't say money really makes people evil, it
Changes
shows
how people act.
Yeah, because it's like, you have the assets, like, let's say you and your friend, you've been knowing this dude for like 10 years, but he's always been having like dreams of doing certain things, but it's like he's never had the assets or the ability to do it. He get money now, like, I can start doing these things, I can start doing that, and now you start to see like, I don't mess with that. I ain't rocking with that for real. So back to the question, what was the answer? You'll take the lottery or the 80K for the rest of your life?
The 80K for sure. I'd rather have money to spend with people than just a whole bunch of money and nobody that I know around me, and I gotta re-meet a whole bunch of people just to have fun.
I don't know. Like, I'm a family person. I also love my friends. I hold like everybody close to me very dear to my heart. But it's like over 80K.
For the rest of your life.
What am I supposed to do with 80K?
80K for the rest of your life.
That's the max earning.
That's the
Yes.
max you can make for the rest of your life. 80K.
I'm still taking that.
Alright.
I mean, that is a good little.
Because you can always combine it with somebody if you have to. Even if you're alone, just don't have no kids. You'll be high. I think that's 80K is comfortable living. To me.
Yeah, I mean, that's middle class.
Yeah.
That's to me. That's just good.
But I don't know how 80K being a cap though.
Like, you ain't gonna, you would never get a check, or your W-2 would never say over 80K.
I'd probably take it honestly, because even though I don't agree with the number, even though it's hypothetical, still I can't cut my whole family off. I can't cut off my family off.
I already said my answer.
Oh, you want the bag?
I want the bag.
I got that.
I mean, I'm gonna go into detail.
Oh, I'll come back to you on that one.
I feel like you gotta ask me again in 5 years, see if my answer changed. But like, I feel like the mentality I'm in right now, like, I feel like I worked so hard. Like, I made so many like relationships with friends. Like, I just need like, give me like a 5-year hiatus. Just away, on a cruise, 500 mil, spending money, and then check back in and see if I'm depressed. Sure.
Y'all think y'all parents would cut y'all off for $500 million?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would say no, but I feel like it's gonna be a very hard choice. Like, I feel like
That's definitely a hard choice.
I'm like really, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty sure I was asking my mom that.
Cause can I still send money? Like once I
Oh,
cut
you
them
can
off,
still send.
can I still fuck with them?
Like, you can,
But
like,
it's like anything, like,
you know how, matter of fact, you be like the black sheep in family. Like, they'll see you, like,
Oh, like you go to Thanksgiving, everybody.
yeah,
gets
everybody's
stuff.
just like, why is he here?
But is the resentment because? No, I'm thinking.
This is because of the money, not.
That's what I was about to say. Like, is it resentment because you have all this money, you're not giving them any?
No, resentment, like, you have all the money, and now you doing you. Like, you.
If that's the case, I don't want them in my life then.
but that's
Why
being
are you
a
not-
hater, really.
Why are
You're
you
not-
looking at me some type of way because I'm spending my money how I want to?
No,
But well, I was gonna say, if it's just based off the question, like you just cutting folks off, then.
like your friends just out of nowhere. Hey, bro, like, how about this? Everybody's coming back in one in the end, like, hey, bro, you remember when I did that?
Oh yeah, see, that's when we like.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one. I'll catch you later.
Wait, what? Go back. Sorry.
Like, alright, let's say everybody, like, your family starts resenting you because you just, what's it called? They just come out of
They
nowhere.
start
Woodworks,
coming to
like,
you for money.
like, remember when I babysitted you? Like, let me give about 10,000.
Like that uncle you ain't never seen, or you only seen him at a family reunion.
Yeah, like-
talking about he held you as a
This
baby.
sounds like a movie. Like the Tyler Perry movie when the boy, he,
Or the lottery ticket.
Definitely. Like,
yeah, definitely lottery ticket. But when the boy, he was, he became a basketball player and his dad tried to come back into the picture.
Oh, you talking about Meet the Browns? Meet the
Yeah,
Browns.
it sounded like that, but I don't know.
You don't know?
It'd be easier for me to cut people off if they asking for
I
stuff.
was about to say I changed my answer now because if they're acting, if my family and friends are acting like that, then I'll cut them off. But if it's I have to take the money and just cut them off, plain and simple,
I wouldn't do
then
that.
I wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Good. I like these answers. Chose good. Like my panel today. Alright, so now let's get into this question because this is a real good one. So, would you be willing to give up your dignity and mental wellness to have financial freedom? Like, financial freedom. Like, you saying, like, just like the same with not having to go to work for the rest of the day. Like, you got that black card in your hand, but dignity, mental wellness. Like,
No.
you rich as hell, but just sad.
Nah, bro.
That goes
That's what I
into
think.
happiness, right? That's
Mental is way more important than financial.
Yeah.
Mental is one of the highest things personally on my list because if my mind isn't right, then what am I doing on this point?
It's one thing not to be happy, but it's another thing to be like mentally like
Not right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying mental, like, just, goddamn, like, I'm thinking about suicide. Not like that, but just
It's
on the
not
fact
where it's
that,
supposed to be.
yeah, like, you go out, you had fun and everything, but as soon as them doors close and you in the house, like you just, damn, like I did all these things, but I'm just still kind of
Just
down.
empty.
So like
That's still
trying to relate it to real world like influence.
That's
You know, like they was on the front, but then behind closed doors they might feel some type of way, just like an example.
So you going to hell? All right. So let's say someone who is filthy rich, like let's say like Elon Musk, like type money,
Right.
offered you a job, but it's a mental strain, and let's just say maybe if not a little bit greater, like it's offensive too, like it's not offensive, but it's like it's disrespectful to your kid. Like let's say you have a huge resume, and he just say, you know what, fuck that. I got a job for you. Like you can be my like let's say my personal servant, and he'll pay you $500K a year.
Is he respecting my character? Like, is he respecting me as a man?
I mean, that's up to him. That's up to him.
He might be feeling a little iffy one day and just be like, bitch, get the.
Like that's up to
He
him.
tell you he grab a suit and tell you go put that shit on, and you go in the bathroom and some bullshit.
Right.
Like,
Well, let's say it's only for 4 years. For 4 years, $500K
Per year?
per, like no tax write off, no
500K per year?
per year.
That's too much.
No deductions, no like just straight
Well,
500K.
that's a $2 million contract right there.
200 million.
4 years?
But
It's degrading.
for 4 years, you can't have any contact with your family or friends.
Oh, hell no. That's so weird.
This is border.
Like you
You're
get
a
like
hostage.
you
Yeah.
That's a slave.
Free you, literally.
It's
500K.
not a.
Nah, that's weird.
For that's basically like
You can't go home. You can't call your mama. Your mama can't call you.
That's like if you get sent to boot camp, boarding school.
That is
That's
kind of like
good.
that though.
You
Or
see,
you
You still got communication though. You ain't
talk
got
about communication.
restricted
He
communication.
can say and do whatever he wants to me.
Nah, see, it's up to him.
Nah, bro.
It's up to that dude.
Nah,
Like,
I can't do that.
Nah.
well, let's
I'm
say
good on that
the
one.
dude came in and was like, you know what? Come with me for 4 years. I give you $500K every year. No tax, no deductions. You don't got to pay no fees, no nothing.
Just giving Squid Games.
Definitely
Giving
give
Squid Games.
Like everything is good. Like your food, your housing, you live for free. You out, but you under his jurisdiction.
If I had communication, I might think about it.
A 2x4 box.
Right, and
If
you
he's
get the
respecting
chicken
my
wing.
character,
Not even
yeah,
chicken.
man.
Right?
I'll consider it.
You consider it?
Yeah.
You consider it. You respect. All right.
Okay,
So
Squid Games.
let's say in this case he is respecting your character and who you are, but you still can't contact him for 4 years.
Like, can I socialize? Can I go out and
You
like
can
have
send
fun?
letters.
No, like what I mean is like,
Oh,
You might say send
can I
letter.
live? Can I live
Like,
life?
is it basically a life that you're living?
Or you're
You're
staying
not
in this
locked up
place.
somewhere?
Whatever he basically, let's say, you know how they be having what's it called? Like,
No, you gotta give it some. You gotta
all right,
give it
then you
some.
know how like what's it called? Well, dang, I don't know if everybody here watches superhero movies. I'm say you know how. All right, let's say you like his personal assistant.
Oh, like a villain, and you're like henchman.
You gotta be right there. He goes to the bathroom, you gotta be standing in front of that door, just waiting. And then as soon as he can be in the shower and say, "Hand me a towel." You gotta hand him that towel. But for 4 years,
Nah, bro.
500K.
Nah, bro. I can't. Nah, bro.
I'm gonna say 500K. I'm gonna say 50.
If you lower the years, maybe, but 4, that's in
That's
college.
That's college.
That's college. That's
That
it.
is college.
You come out a whole new person after that experience.
Exactly.
That's about $41,000, almost $42,000 a month.
That's more than 1,000 a day.
Let's say y'all want to get paid
That's the
bi-weekly
thing,
or
though.
weekly.
That's the thing. I got a question.
What's up?
Now, like with all that money, like, am I able to travel? Was it once again?
After this 4 years, you can do whatever the hell you want.
See, I'm giving up them for. If I'm respected, I can do without communication for 4 years. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'll just come
I can do
back with
without
some money and y'all will be alright.
Like you well respected. Nah.
It's more about how I'm being treated for anything. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. For 4 years, if I'm just being this That's two. So at the end of my contract, I got $2 million straight cash.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever the hell I want to do. Not gonna lie.
You gonna do it?
I might. I'm not.
I
No
can
dignity,
see it.
no
I
mental
can
health.
understand why. I just need more details for me to be like yes or no.
Alright.
But
Just
like
4
the
years,
average
go ahead.
answer,
Give me
yeah.
4 years of your life,
Give me the contract.
you have to do. You are. I don't want to say his property because that's very, very bad. I'm gonna say you're under his.
Let's just say you're like a very close worker.
Yeah, you're his personal
His
servant. Service. Yeah, his double. Matter of fact, how Alfred is the Batman, that is who you is.
Okay, see, I can do that.
You was there.
I can be a butler for 4 years.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
No
But it's
communication.
more than that. It's just
You can't talk to friends or
Right.
family.
If you want
Shit,
to
Alfred
be
had no
a TV,
family
you gotta
either.
be a TV type.
It was him and Bruce. It was gonna be me and Eli.
I mean, long as I can go out and talk to other people, I'm sure. But if I
Go out. What you mean go out?
like, what you mean? Like, can I not go downtown to the bar? You know, talk to someone?
He's not going.
Yeah, he ain't
not
going.
Oh, bro, that's weird.
So basically, you're saying
Yeah.
I'm following him, like
Yeah,
I'm his
this man's
backbone.
shadow.
Oh,
anytime
okay.
he be like, "Oh, you got some time off," he gives me the.
He has the ability. If he
Okay.
has to say so.
If he like Batman Bruce Wayne, give me the contract, bro. I got you.
I'm signing a contract.
Alright.
4 years, $500K, $2 million.
Alright, so
I think it's different for females though.
Yeah.
I understand.
That's understandable.
Because at that point, that's a lot going into. Yeah, I understand. Okay, for y'all are very respected. It's just no communication because that is true. Yeah.
That's what I do. Every month after I get a check, I hire a contract killer.
Oh my
And
God.
like, I'll tell him, I'm like, whenever I give you a call, just kill him.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I was-
And they're gonna look
I
at
was
you're
the
gonna be the
person that
main
gave
suspect.
$500K
And
a year.
if you ever try me, just give him a call. He dead.
This man got a hitman.
I'll pocket everything.
So when it comes to just let's not even say just a lot of money. We can just go regular jobs, regular working. In certain fields of work, do you guys feel though moral codes and rules come into apply? Let's say let's say a lawyer. Let's say you're a black lawyer. Let's say you're the best lawyer on the East Coast in the United States, whatever. But you get a job offer that you never got before to, let's say, not get this, what's it called? Racist man in jail. He's been go to jail and he needs a lawyer and he comes out of nowhere. Hey, I got this amount of money. You ain't never seen this many zeros in your life. Would you still take it?
No, I'm not representing the races
That goes
for no
against-
amount of money.
That goes against my whole person, me being a black woman.
How do you feel as though, before I
Cause I couldn't even show myself to my grandma or my
Yeah, I'm a lawyer,
parents.
right?
doing
You're a
that.
lawyer.
That's what I'm gonna have to think about.
That's my job. That's my job.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it is your job, but it's like you got to think about like your views, your perspectives.
Yeah.
So if you're like Olivia Pope, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
Olivia, she basically had to do the same thing, but I guess it just depends on you. So me, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
If it's $1 million contract, I mean, I signed to be a lawyer. I knew what, depending on like what type of lawyer you are, because I think you can be like a defense attorney, a prosecutor,
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm.
If I'm a defense attorney, I know what I signed up for. I just gotta do my job.
Mm-hmm. So in that case, what about like when it comes to like, let's say doctors or stuff like that? Like this your patient. Like, do you feel as though people in like the everyday worlds and stuff have to, like, how would you view that person if they were to do it? Because that's something that does happen a lot with people just like, you sign up for this. This is your job, and it's like, all right, well, you gotta put food on the table. Like, do you feel like those people should be looked at any type of way?
They shouldn't be. I mean, that's their job. Going back to what Dante said, you know what you signed up for. You can't pick and choose who you want to represent.
Okay, I have a question now. Now that we brought that up, going back on what Dante said, it is your job. So if that same person was on your table, like you said, if you're a doctor, on your table, would you save them?
I'd save them so they can get prosecuted.
That's petty.
No, it's not.
It's not what it is.
That's how it works.
I mean, I can understand. I feel
But that is how it's
that.
supposed to work anyway.
I
It's
feel
still
that.
petty.
I feel
Just
that.
because you added that last part.
I mean, that's my reasoning behind it.
Because he's going to get prosecuted anyway. You have to
But
fix
they're
him
gonna be
just so you can
like,
get prosecuted.
he's dead, don't speak on his name. You know how people are.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like for example, like a drunk driver kills a family of 4, and the drunk driver on your table, and you're operating on him. You gotta save his life. That's your
Right.
job.
No,
But gotta
That's
face
the
his
easy
actions.
way.
And
That's the
once
easy
he's
way.
good, you going to jail. Life easy.
because I feel like that comes into a lot with just almost any occupation when people look at it. Because from the outside looking in, I mean, it's a lot of different stories. Like if I see, like, I'm not even gonna knock on wood. Let's say, like, at a rally, the last prayers we had, let's just say some tragic accident happens or something like that, and he's in critical condition, and they say, you know what? Let's get this best lawyer. Let's say he's just African American, or let's say from a different nationality that is not his, and he saves him. Do y'all feel like as though his people, or who, like, oh yeah, his people should look at him in disregards and like in a bad way just because of what he did?
That's his job. Personally, if I was the doctor or whoever it was, you said the last president we had,
Nah, I ain't gonna say his name because
heard. I'd let him die personally because he's not getting prosecuted for anything. We all know that.
Yeah, we all know that.
Because I'm not gonna lie, for me personally, I just hate when I hear certain things, or when it comes to any field of work, like whether it be athletes or rappers or anything, like how they'll sell out. At certain times, it's just like, me personally, I feel as though if you know for a fact, like you're against this, like let's say you knew someone that was a rapper or that was trying to be a rapper, and they were speaking out against certain things, and they was just, hey, like I'll never do this. This is my moral. Like I'll never do this. I'll never do that. I'll never say this or say that because I stay true to myself. And let's say they get me with a record deal and say, hey, I want you to rap about every single thing that you dislike in this song. We're gonna give you 10 mil. For me personally, if that person is to sign that contract, I understand why you do it, but me personally, I just feel I feel like that person sold out because it's just like you're going against what you stand for. In that regard. Like how would that person be viewed to y'all in y'all lives?
I mean, we would thrash him.
So you saying like if a rapper signed a contract?
Like not even just a rapper, like someone that you knew. That let's say me. Let's say I want to be an up-and-coming rapper, and I hated the idea of just how rappers speak about or rap about drugs and sex and all that. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that because that's not my rap's about. And next thing you know, you see me with a #1 hit song with a real big record label rapping about the same stuff I literally said I
That
did.
you hated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say the same thing.
You feel
Like you're a sellout.
you're a sellout.
Or basically you're just not being true to yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
So basically a hypocrite.
Would you feel as though that person, like, what if they said, like, all right, well, I sold out, but I got the money to do like certain things, like I can buy this person a house, this person I worry about my little cousin going to school tomorrow or something. But like, at the end of the day, for me personally, like I said, I understand that you got this money, but is that good money? Like you went against everything that you said. Like, let's say you want to be a rapper, let's say you would say, I'm not like how like Billie Eilish, how she got famous and big without having to exploit herself. Like in that regard, like I feel as though when that same morals can be said about all different types of, what's it called?
Occupations.
Yeah, like all different types of occupations, careers. Like there's certain things that can be considered sellout, but I feel like there's also things that can't be. But at the end of the day, I just feel like it's from the outside looking in. Like, how do you feel like those people should be viewed?
I feel like when it comes to music, it's more I wouldn't say they're a sellout, but I would like, you could have tried to stick to what you were doing. But if somebody's getting paid $10 million to make a song, I'm not even gonna think, because music is entertainment at the end of the day. So you could have rapped about what you felt like rapping about, but if they came to you and be like, "We want you to do something else for this amount of money," that's really on you and how you view yourself, rather than what somebody else is worried about.
I don't know though, because if I say I'm not gonna rap about one specific thing, and you're paying me money specifically to rap about that thing might blow up. That thing, say if that's a hit, that more people are gonna expect this out of you. And Black says it in one of his songs. It's the beginning of Alone EA6. He talks about he's not gonna conform to anything because that's not who he is. So if he conforms and that record blows up, people are gonna expect this type of music from them. But that's not who he is. So you're changing basically your whole basis just to make money. You're not doing it for you anymore. You're doing it specifically for the money.
Yeah.
We talking about already being established?
No, man, not even being established. Like, let's say you're just like a big SoundCloud rapper. You went from literally going to high school pep rallies to opening up for like Migos or something like that.
Oh, no,
Alright, but outside of rappers or outside of just the music industry, like, let's say you graduate and you're looking for a job or an office job or corporate job, but let's say the CEO's a known racist, but it's a high-paying job. Like, is that the same thing? Like, you know for a fact, like, let's say publicly this...
Nah, because the racist CEO is a blatant racist, and he's not hiding that from anybody. I can hide how I feel in a song, and nobody will ever know how I really feel.
I feel like, I'm sorry. I feel like it's not the same because that's two different things, kind of. Like, now it's business and now it's like personal. You get what I'm saying? Like, if he's racist himself, then you gotta separate that from the business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can still sign that contract. Like, knowing that he does not like you or your people.
But you're making him money and working for him every day.
Right, so personally, I don't think he cares. I feel like if he's racist and he still hires you, he don't care. But don't expect to hold a conversation with him. Don't expect to be friendly with him.
Right.
Because that's not what either of y'all are there for. Y'all are there to make money.
It's hard because, like, I mean, are you asking, like, what is our perception going to be of that person?
Or like, how do you feel as though, like your perception on that with that person, or just how if you knew someone that was in that position, how would you view them in that regards?
I mean, I try to really, really think. I've been really trying to, like, be non-judgmental. Like, I've been trying to grow out of that. So it's like, if I try to understand, I want to talk to that person, understand where he or she was coming from when they rapped that verse or took that job. And if I understand and if I start listening, then, like, obviously my opinion means nothing to him. I mean, depending on our relationship, of course. But if he did it for good reasons, I mean that's his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna look at him any differently if his moral character is still the same, as it was before when he went into the business.
Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of gonna go ahead and bring this to a close, but I'm gonna bring it to a close on just one simple yes or no question. I mean, yes or no question. Is money over or under happiness?
To me personally,
Yeah.
under.
Wait, what that mean? Like more important than happiness?
Yeah, like how they like loyalty over love, like.
Yeah.
Money's over or under?
Oh, over.
All right.
No, me under.
Taylor.
It's under, even though sometimes it can be prioritized over the main objective.
It can be prioritized over, but mainly.
It needs to be under, for me.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead.
You didn't answer me.
Oh, me personally, mine is under.
Sure.
Mine money gotta be under. Because it goes back into just my basic standpoint. Like, I don't necessarily feel like, because I done seen homeless people be happy. I done seen people who view tangible items as just nothing. So it's just like, if I can lose everything I had today, but I still got what makes me happy, then ultimately in life, then I'm free. I'm good. But that's all for today. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and get on with y'all day. I don't want to keep y'all too long. Thank y'all for coming, Kiosha.
Of course.
For sure. Dante.
You know I got you, bro.
Thank you, Prez.
Sir.
Taylor. And Kyle. Thank y'all for being such great people. That being said, thank you for tuning in to Lens to the World, and we out.